Hey everyone, this is Dalton at Dalton, and so I've come at you with the third part of this 2015 Botcon set review, and we're going to go ahead and get right into it with Sgt Hound and General Optimus Prime. So real quick, we'll take a look at these bios. So there you go. Oh, there's that info there. Tech specs. And zooming in here, so you can read that. And for Hound, the same thing there. There's his tech card and his bio. So really like the look of these. These actually look like more like files, like kind of like classified personnel files, as opposed to with the the Warrooters having that typical kind of Botcon Collectors Club bio card. So I really like that. So bringing in General Optimus Prime and Sgt Hound here. I just figured it takes up less time to do both of them. Kind of inspired by what, well, not really inspired, but I mean it's exactly what Dakota did, but you're going to mix it up this time that way it's not, figure for figure the exact same. So he has a repaint of Roadbuster, no changes to the mold whatsoever. Now this is based on a canceled Generation 2 prototype that was showed, I think, back in Botcon 1996, along with the Oil Master, but we'll get to that later. But instead of being an armored truck like this, it was a bulldozer, or not a bulldozer, a dump truck based on, I want to say, I think his name was Dirtbag, but I can't remember the actual one that was released. I know in Japan it was released as one of the auto rollers. I think it was, yeah, I think it was auto rollers. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. You do have the Army logo there, obviously the U.S. Army, but they can't put that there, I guess. You got nice camo details here all over. You got the Generation 2 logo here with Autobot printed on the side, and that is on both sides. Got these nice translucent yellow windows, and then some yellow paint right there for those windows. I love the silver paint back here. For some reason, I like this a lot more, as far as the vehicle mode color scheme, than Roadbuster. I guess it just looks a little bit more realistic. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and go on to Sgt Hound, who comes with Dia and Cline, which go with two other figures in this set, but we will focus on that later. For some reason, it has Walt here print, as an abbreviation, so I don't know what they're going for with that. Big yellow Autobot symbol and the word Autobot there. Get the camouflage again, and this is based on, I think, Auto Crusher, I believe. But with Auto Crusher was a slightly different, version of the front end loader. But yeah, you still get a front end or payloader, I guess. Just for full disclosure, that way people aren't, oh, it's a bulldozer. No, bulldozers have a blade. They don't have a scoop. So, Bone Crusher is a bulldozer. Scrapper is not. There, perfect little example. Scavenger from Armada is a bulldozer. Sorry, I get my 2 cents in there somehow, because I see people posting videos all the time about this, saying, oh, this guy is an amazing bulldozer, he turns into a bulldozer. No, he's not a bulldozer. I guess I get triggered too easily about that. So anyways, you got Dia and Cline here, which are repaints of Hole Punch and Caliburst, and I believe, yeah, this one is Dia and this one here is Cline. Similar paint decos, not really comparing them in vehicle mode to their original predecessor like I have been doing. Mostly just to save time, and we're already 4 minutes into this, so that's kind of shot out the window. But I will show them all in robot mode compared. And speaking of which, also in the comic, and I know Dakota's touched on this before, these are kind of the weapons that you see Hound using. I wish they would have included another one of these. I mean, it just makes sense because he used these in the comic. But I don't want to take all of Prime's weapons away, so we'll figure out something. But and reading that comic, I really enjoyed it. It was a pretty good read, I guess. I do want to get some of those other figures like Strong Arm and Prowl, the police deco version of Ransack. For some reason this isn't rolling right. Anyways, let's go ahead and get these guys into robot mode and go from there. Alright, and here we have Prime and Hound together in robot mode. And again, I really dig how this General Optimus Prime looks. I mean, you go ahead and bring up the camera here. Just for some reason, just this uniform, cohesive color scheme compared to Roadbuster's really works for me. I really dig it. Also, you got kind of that metallic fleck in the plastic. Don't know if you can, how well you can see that. Then the head sculpt, you actually do get some pretty good light piping in there, unlike with Roadbuster, because they just painted over a little strip of like green over the visor, and it just didn't work. And it kind of reminds me of that rolling, you know, the idea of this kind of reminds me of the whole Rolling Thunder Optimus Prime that this, was it the Crossover Gen company did? Except, you know, this is way better. But yeah, got him all fully decked out here. You know, this is pretty much how I have Roadbuster decked out with his weapons. Now, focusing on Hound, and oh, also, the shoulders are a little bit better on Prime. I mean, they are a little iffy right here, but I think that's more a problem with just the mold. I don't think there's any, that popped off, way of just fixing that, because I mean, no ratcheting there, works fine here. And just all that shaking around pops these guns off. So real quick, we'll go over to Hound, which, again, I really love this deco on this mold. I mean, it was kind of, I mean, here I am talking about a figure that's mostly gray and white, and I'm saying it's better looking than Scoop. But I mean, it does, and I've seen someone do a custom of this as a kind of a Beast Wars Uprising quick strike, and I can see it with the way that his head is molded. But I mean, there is not a lot of color breakup here. It's mostly just the camouflage, which actually does go up onto the chest, even though two separate pieces. I really like that. Got the little sergeant, you know, dashes there. Got the little yellow here, silver and the black molded. I do like this shade of gray when it's, you know, used for a purpose, not just, oh, we need a shade of gray that's gray-ish and we'll slap it on there even though it's not gray. This works for this character. I mean, because it's everywhere else. It's not just gray, weird gray, or gray, weird gray. And all the joints still hold up pretty good. I mean, this is a little weird trying to bend the knee without that just giving, so kind of gotta work with it. And real quick, we'll go ahead and bring in those other two bots, or 4, so we can do the comparison. Alright, so real quick, here is Prime and Roadbuster, and like I said, I really do like the uniform color here. I mean, they both work for what they're going for. I mean, it just depends on the type of person you are. I mean, there's no doubt that Roadbuster looks good. But as far as I'm concerned, this is the better use of the mold, and I know some people might think the the Ironhide color scheme might be better. I don't know who would. I mean, because Ironhide was probably the most annoying character in Energon, aside from Kicker. But I don't know. I really do like this. I don't know why. yeah. So, setting these two aside. And bringing in Hound and Scoop, you can see the vast color differences here. I mean, you don't have any paint here on the top of the foot or here besides the, you know, the pattern for the camouflage. Nothing here on the tip of the toes. You got gray here, nothing here. Obviously different head sculpts. You get the rims actually picked out. Some more paint detail through here. So yeah, I like Sgt Hound more of those two. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of either of these figures, but that's just my opinion. I like it a little bit better. So here we got a whole bunch of calibers. I can't remember which one's which, but here's that one with Cline. So you can see very similar in deco and even plastic color. I mean, it's just a few shades off. You got the yellow here, the orange here, where this is all orange. You got the kind of diaclone helmet. And then with Cline and the other one, I mean, it's kind of reverse. You got the orange as opposed to the yellow, the gold in place of the orange. But yeah, these guys are a little bit more vibrant in how they were designed, just stand apart from the rest. So that pretty much does it. This is just, I guess, more of a comparison video. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, you know, these two are really great. If you're going to try to find them, they're probably one of the cheaper ones to get. And that's what I'm kind of doing here, is I'm just recording them as their sets. So you had the War Rooters, which were the Troop Builder, then you had these two in a set together, then the next two will be together, and then we'll look at the box set as a whole, and that, or, you know, each individual figure from that, and then we'll look at the final overall thoughts. So, I hope you guys like this video. I mean, I'm just kind of gushing over General Optimus Prime. I really dig that deco. Like I said, I don't know why. It just looks really good. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this from Adult and Adultinian CFs. I hope you enjoy this little Botcon 2015 kind of throwback series we're doing with Pete's Robot Convention coming later this upcoming week. So, at the time of this recording, it is actually Friday, so the 16th. So, Pete's Robot Convention is just a few days away. So be sure to check out all my links down in the description, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I will be posting videos and photos from the event on those. Also be sure to check out Bricks on the Dollar for Stasis Lock, which is part of the Cool Table Network. So check out all those shows. Stasis Lock is every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This past week, at the time of this recording, Primal Sabbath hosted it on his channel, since Chris, or Bricks and Dollar, Clutch, whatever you want to call him, he was away. So also check out G1 Hexatron. He's the host of Cybercast and Galactic Gumbo, which is every other Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is going to be the upcoming Saturday from this recording of this video, so it's going to be while we're at Pete's Robot Convention, so look forward to that. Again at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, followed by Galactic Gumbo at around 8:30 Central Standard Time, sometimes 9 o'clock, just depending on how long the previous show is. I'm going to stop rambling now. Hope you guys enjoyed this review of General Optimus Prime and Sgt Hound. I will see you all next time.